Mike Flanagan here with you at the Fusion Realtors Open here at Maple Lanes, Waterloo, Iowa. Fusion Realtors, great event here where action is underway. Our 7 versus 10 seed and our 8 versus 9 seed. Mike Flanagan along with Boudouris, Matt Turek, special guest Tom Hess joined here in the booth. What a great event this is as we see Rick Miller taking on Dave Boudouris on lanes 3 and 4 and on lanes 5 and 6. We have Derek Sapp versus Ken Kemp. Tom Hess joins us, just missed by 1 pin. Nice enough to be here with us. Welcome to the booth, Tom.
Thank you, guys. You know, got to give a shout out to Rick Miller and Ken Kemp. Ricky shot 250 to go around me, and Ken was on my pair and shot 260 on the same pair that I shot 210. So, I wouldn't take any of those shots back. I thought they were all good. That pair just happened to have a little bit more friction, and Ken made the adjustments that I didn't make and got in. Although, I wouldn't change a thing on that 8-pin. Did you guys mention that I left an 8-pin?
I did.
Yes.
You're a bowling nut, Tom.
One of these two over here made the comment because you went to one knee afterwards. You were trying to do your best T-bow.
Yeah.
You were down on bended knee like boys to men like to say, Tom.
Stay away from VH1, Flanagan.
I know. Hey, I know.
Just thought I'd remind you.
If he gets 2 out of line, we can always send him to the sports bar here. The NASCAR races on every television but 2.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, I forgot about that. Can we get that on one of these screens?
No.
Oh, another left turn.
There's the scoreboard on 3 and 4.
That's what Matt and I think about it.
The players are perfect thus far on 3 and 4 as well as 5 and 6. Rick Miller. Smooth lefty out of the Lincoln area.
One of, if not the best, lefties in the Midwest, maybe in the country. If he had the desire and the want to, there is no doubt in my mind that he could compete on tour. 3, oh gosh, it's probably 5 or 6 years ago now when the tour was in town, actually, in Omaha. Rick bowled the TQR back then, led the TQR as a high amateur, and then went out and led the tournament. Don't remember exactly where he finished, but he absolutely ran him over.
What do you know about Ken Kemp here?
Ken's from Wisconsin. I don't know if he is still a PBA member. A few years ago, he was out there, bowled a lot of regionals. Pretty solid game. You know, shot 804 on this pretty demanding condition to start the day yesterday, and he struggled just a little bit in the middle today. I think he had a 170 game in the middle there, but you know, when it was crunch time, stepped up, threw the shots he needed to throw, and
it's motivated.
Got her done. Yeah.
Dave Boudouris, the first non-strike ball that we've seen thus far in this fast continuing pace here. The 7 versus the 10 seed, the 8 versus the 9 seed. The winner of each one of these matches will then move to the other pair that we're watching. So, for instance, if Ken were to win after waving after that little shaker there.
Shaker? Oh, that was a bucket crumbler, buddy.
He would move to 3 and 4.
Yep.
If he were to win and advance, and then he would then advance. The 5 and the 6 seed will get inserted here. Then they will bowl, and then the winner of each one of those matches will face off over on lanes 7 and 8. And that person then will get to go on to be inserted into a 5-person step ladder. We'll switch down to the other end of the house on 17 and 18. So a lot of movement today, but great field as we do see here in these 4 great competitors. Rick Miller, Derek Sapp, Ken Kemp, Dave Boudouris. The 5th and the 6th seeds of Brian Crane and Nicholas Crummell will come up next.
Those are the only 2 guys in the top 10 that I've never heard of and don't know who they are. Do you guys have any?
Crummell is a college bowler from Wisconsin Whitewater.
They both look pretty young.
He is a freshman because some people were telling us in the chat last night he's a contender for Rookie of the Year in college bowling this year. And then Brian Crane is friends with Matt McNeil.
Oh, okay. So he's from Minnesota?
Yes.
They got to be pretty solid bowlers to get where they're at through this pretty solid field.
So we'll go ahead. We'll take a look at the scoreboard over on lanes 3 and 4. Boudouris versus Miller. You see Miller has the first 3. Boudouris double and a couple of spares. Over to 5 and 6. Derek Sapp now up. Derek had a pretty good tour career there for a while.
As he carries that 10-pin.
Yep. Looks like his nickname is the Crane Train.
Yeah, Derek did actually make a show when he was out there on tour, but unfortunately, I shouldn't say, unfortunately for Derek, because I actually liked the show, but he made the Cheetah Championship when the PBA decided to do the documentary-style TV show and show action throughout the week, and so they didn't actually show like the four-person stepladder finals. I actually don't even think they did a four-person stepladder final for that tournament. I think it was matches all the way to the end, and Derek finished tied for third and fourth, and 4 of the shots you see him throw on TV are 7-10s.
Oh.
Because they profiled throughout the week, and just a bad break. Good guy.
He was wearing a black Columbia shirt with a bunch of different, it was almost like straw all over the shirt. The design was pretty outgoing. You can see that, actually. It is out there on YouTube to watch.
I loved that, the way that broadcast was done for that tournament, the documentary style, going throughout the week, following the players throughout the week. I thought that was very neat. I think that's something that we need to figure out. I mean, they could put golf on TV for 4 days in a row and, get all the people to watch. If we could somehow get our sport to where, we could do it, kind of like the live streaming, kind of like the extra frame, somehow get that on TV, for an hour a day, I mean, shoot, sitcoms are a half hour, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you could do it a half hour a day.
Yeah, you got to start somewhere, right?
Come in and, hey, we're going to show you a half hour. It'd only be 2 games. For that, they don't need, in my opinion, I don't know how it, I'm looking at this, and it looks like I'm looking at your guys' computer screens, and it looks like I'm watching a TV. So if you can do that with the cameras that you guys have, I don't understand why they couldn't do that on TV. They don't need the just my opinion here I'm sharing, that they don't need the big fancy TV cameras. Try it one time and just see what it looks like, and just see if we can get some people to tune in, to have a regularly scheduled night that Thursday from 7:30 to 8. Hey, we're going to show a half-hour PBA competition, and see if it goes and see what it draws, and maybe catch you in for the final position round games of the tournaments where it gets really exciting. Some of those moments are the best in our sport, that the people very rarely get to see. It used to be the Friday night match play, where guys shooting big games to come from 8th to the show or 9th to the show. Unfortunately, a guy might catch a bad pair and shoot 160 to go, from in to out.
Right.
There was some years ago. There was some great matches, back when they had the exempt field and they did the only 64 guys, and it was head-to-head match play the whole way out. You hear some of the stories about.
Those were best of 7 matches, weren't they?
Yeah, best of 7 matches the whole way. Dave with a little trip for there. In case we need to call the action if people are actually watching to watch the bowling and not hear me talk.
Well, we haven't really missed much from Ken Kempf here. All he's doing is striking, so it's just the same thing over and over again. Until now, where I pull the cat out.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys want me to pay attention to the chat here, but I was just looking on. Somebody wants to know what my favorite overall ball is right now.
Yeah, we'll get there in just a second. I want to give an update on these matches here. Rick Miller, Dave Barris. See Miller lead the 7. Dave Barris Rick Miller triple, 9 spare, strike 9 now. Dave Barris double, 9 spare, 7 spare, 9 spare strike.
So about a 4-pin match there if they all strike every shot.
We'll check in on 5 and 6. Ken Kemp versus Derek Sapp. Ken Kemp
39
with
pin
the spare with the fireworks. I asked them to turn off those graphics if they could. So now back over to 5 and 6. Derek Sapp. Yeah, all-time ball, Tom. What would you say? Or what did they have? They
want to know what my favorite ball is right now.
Okay.
Of course, it depends on the condition that we're bowling on. But if I had to pick a ball that works on a big variety, the Mean Streak Baller, one of our new releases.
Ooh.
That ball rolls really, really good. Today my big scores were with a regular aura. Our product line is fantastic right now from top to bottom. There's not a bad one in there.
Rick Miller 4 right through the face.
Ooh. Now a little light. Missed the head pin left. Left the 1, 3, 4, 6, 7, 9.
Got them all in there.
Oh,
left the 7 out.
So let's see what that does in this match. 142 in the 7th now.
Dave just took the lead sitting on the bench.
Yep.
Yeah, that Mean Streak Brawler, you speak about that ball. Brunswick, a great sponsor of this event. It's a symmetrical piece. Good benchmark ball.
Yes, sir.
And that is what color?
That is gold and blue.
Got me stumped.
It's a very good ball. Looks very good going down the lane. Very easy on the eyes. Got some shuffle pill. That's actually what Dave Barris is throwing right now.
I get you. Okay.
We saw Dave Barris at the last Fusion run all the way through this format just like this. Made it all the way to the final match to bowl against Derek Sapp, and Derek Sapp bowled 300 in the final. You can go out and watch that on our YouTube channel.
Shocker, Dave ran the stepladder. The guy's got some talent. Very good. Fellow Brunswick staffer.
So Ken Kemp, good start here. Front 6, 8 spare, now throwing at the 9 pin.
It's head by 29.
Sapp can only shoot 238. Dave Barris up on lane 3. Dave is just so good in this stepladder format from what I've seen.
Yeah, he's a very solid player. Very rarely gets himself in trouble. Always right there, always in contention.
It's like Tom Hess is in the chat.
Bring up our scrolling marquee, give you a look at other finishers today. Tom Hess in the chat, meaning that Sue is in the chat. They when they log on at home, they keep the same name on there. So, hello, Sue Hess.
Hi, honey. I'll be home as soon as Joe pays me.
I don't know if you're going to make it home because it's a pen blasting area. Danger.
That's clever.
Ken Kemp, though, is going to be easily in the 240s with a mark.
Yeah, Derek's got to pretty much strike out here to make Ken mark. Rick, get up and throw the double over there, it looks like.
Yeah, let's take a look. Yeah, he did. So Dave Barris controls his destiny on 3 and 4. Back over to 5 and 6. Derek Sapp. 2 matches at once. The action is fast, hot, and heavy, furious here at the Fusion. About 2 hours away from you, Tom, huh?
Yeah. Gonna take me about 2 hours to get home. So
Sue will be over for food. There's 3 of us.
It's guys, you're out wrong way.
Oh.
I'm west. You guys are going almost dead straight south from here.
Well, we're staying over tonight then.
All right, come on over. That just means next time I come down to St. Louis, I got a place to stay.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, that's not a problem.
Yeah, Mike, I love our Wednesday night scratch league there at Boulderama. Love what you guys are doing to the place. Expect you guys to get a lot of bowlers back. A lot of people talking good things about the new owners and new management at Boulderama in Des Moines.
Oh, tough break.
Darn it. That just about, yep.
Yeah, Ken Kemp is going to...
Ken's going to advance.
Yeah, he is going to advance. He'll go on to take on either Brian Crane, who was Matt McNeil's pick to win this tournament, or Nicholas Crummel.
Does anybody know, is Brian a college bowler too? I don't know.
Chat might know.
He didn't mention. We chatted yesterday. I didn't.
Brian, you bowling college? No.
There you go.
The answer is no.
I see he's original from West Coast, according to Kemple in the chat. Well, Ken Kemp is putting on a clinic.
I'll say.
Yeah, that's the one thing I know about Ken. When he gets lined up and he starts striking, he can strike.
And now Barris goes high.
What's that do over there? That was a 242. Shut him out.
Yep.
Ricky's only got 232 left.
So it's going to be Dave Barris advancing as well. Dave Barris and Ken Kemp will advance. So Rick Miller will move over to lanes 5 and 6. And
No,
Ken
Dave
Kemp
Barris.
I'm sorry, you're right. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Buddy.
And Ken Kemp will move over to lanes 3 and 4.
And we just finished on that pair, Kenny and I did, and there's a little more friction on that pair. Ken shot 260 on that pair to go around me, and went around a couple of guys, but to get in. So I expect Ken to bowl another big game over there on 3 and 4. Whichever one of these guys he's bowled, better bring their A game.
So, if my format calculations are correct, 5 and 6 is going to be Dave Barris and Brian Crane. On lanes 3 and 4 will be Ken Kemp and Nick Crummel. That's how I see it, boys.
Well, that match went pretty fast, Mike. If you want me to stick around for one more, I'll stick around for one more, unless there's somebody else here you want to.
We'd love to have you.
Okay.
We would love to have you. Tom Hess joining us here in the booth. We'll bring it up to the booth. Mike Flanagan, Tom Hess, Matt Turek, Lee Boudouris here, bringing you the action.
Everybody.
Well, we're in black. What's
We
that?
are. It's been chilly here. I haven't
it
even
has.
shown off my Gemini jerseys or anything today or yesterday. But just sitting here chilling up here in the booth. It's been a long couple of weeks, Tom.
Yeah, that inside bowling, that logo would look pretty good on one of my collars there, Mike.
We'd love to do that.
Yeah.
We would love to do that. You know that.
Yeah. Well, maybe we can sit down and talk.
It wasn't so darn expensive.
Yeah, that's,
You don't control those costs.
Nope. Money makes the world go round, and that's, like I said last night when I was in here, if there's any multi-millionaires with some money to
just throw it away.
No, it's not throwing it away. I mean, it's an investment, and
it really is, though. Yeah.
I really think that the team bowling thing, if they can get the right people involved with that, hopefully they're going to grow it next year. Right now we're at 8 teams. Pretty exciting format to watch on TV. I watched some of the shows, and the shootout, the way they did, that was a pretty neat deal. How 3 teams were guaranteed on each show, and the other 5 teams, depending upon how you were seated, got 4, 3, 2, or 1 guy to throw 1 shot. With the last guy standing, their team got in. And being there live and watching that, some of those are pretty exciting. The way some of it worked. There's some real shocks that happen in those. Guys stepping up, making the shots. Some guys stepping up, not making the shots. Both ways. Guys that you figure are just going to step up there and just dead nut it that don't get it done.
The next match on lane 3 and 4 will be Brian and Ken.
Peters is the 3rd seed.
Nicholas and Dave on 5 and 6.
For
Nick
Maverick
and Dave are going to bowl each other. Nick and Dave on 5 and 6. I had it backwards. Not sure how they come up with that, but
I think Joe, I don't know if he puts it in a bracket or if he goes by lowest seed remaining bowls, highest seed.
Yeah, that was how I had done it.
Okay, so he must just put them in a bracket then.
Yep.
All bowlers get 3 shadow balls, so I'll have to reset. Go ahead and get your shadow balls in.
So 3 practice balls each. We'll take it out to the lanes. We'll get a chance to watch these guys warm up a little bit. After this, no more dual covering of games. It will be head-to-head matches moving forward for the rest of the day.
That next match is going to take place on 7 and 8, right, Mike?
7 and 8.
So, Mike, what's the Inside Bowling schedule look like for live streaming events coming up? I know that you're really branching out and taking some college tournaments. You went up to Cleveland last weekend, was it? And did the TNBA. You know, coming up to Iowa. This is third time up in Iowa? Oh, fourth, because you did the Clark tournament.
Yeah. Well, you know, we've got some requests for some things in March. I believe we're going to take March off. We might do one event. Because we're really gearing up for the end of April, which is the IB Open. And we really got to dial things in for that. I got to be honest, I'm tired. I know I kind of know what it's like now for you guys to be out on the road bowling. This is a different kind of fatigue. It's more hours, but less demanding.
It's less physical, it's more mental.
Yeah, it's a mental grind. This is like bowling the U.S. Open every week.
well,
mentally at least.
You know, you are. I was down in St. Louis a couple weeks. Oh, gosh, what's it been? A couple months ago now.
Seems like yesterday.
Yeah, it does. But you know, for the big doubles tournament, and by Saturday, I mean, I could see it on your face. You know, you were, as much as you loved doing this, you were absolutely just dead worn out.
I was sicker than a dog too. I'd lost my voice.
16 or 18 hours you put in the bowling alley that day.
Yeah.
Yep. You know, not to mention that you were there for, probably 6 the night before?
Yep. Leaving at 1 a.m., 35-minute drive to get there. So it is very demanding. My favorite thing is when people come up to me and tell me that, yeah, man, you must just be having a blast. You know, sitting there talking about bowling. Everybody just thinks this stuff just all appears. And I got all these people running all this tape around and everything, you know.
You do all that?
Yeah, imagine like Bon Jovi. If Bon Jovi had to go to the amphitheater and set up all his lighting, set up his stage, run all his wires, do all his checks on all his microphones and his ukuleles or whatever else it is that he plays.
How about think about it the other way? If you were getting paid what Bon Jovi was,
and
you could pay somebody to do it.
Yeah. Boy, that'd be great. Because if I was getting paid that, these bowlers would be bowling for some serious coin.
I was just out there, Parker. I didn't actually see his house, but funny you mention it. You know, Parker lives out in New Jersey, and I flew in early for the Brunswick camp that we ran the day before the Masters. Speaking of the Masters, does anybody know what's going on out there?
Starts in 5 minutes.
Oh, it's not on yet. Okay. Rooting for my buddy PB3 to get her done for back-to-back majors.
Is he your pick today?
Absolutely. Hey,
I actually think
some more circle driving over there, too.
Yeah, left turns.
She's still leading?
The Daytona 500, the Great American Race, is also happening here today. Trying to keep an eye on it up here as we are avid sports fans up here on the Inside Bowling booth.
What lap are they in, Mike?
Let you know in just a second. Just want to get my previous channel received stuff set up here so I can switch over to bowling. As we do hashtag Love the Lanes here on Inside Bowling. And if you want to interact with us in the booth, you can just do hashtag Inside Bowling and it'll come up on the screen.
Looks like lap 93 according to the chat.
So that's
92 of, it might be delayed.
So that's what, 370 or so left turns in a row?
Yes, Lee. Times 4, yes.
You hope.
I hope. Right. You take a right turn.
Right turn at Daytona is not a good thing.
Something would be wrong there.
As, was it Ricky Stenhouse found out when he put his engine inside the
I don't remember who it was.
Fence last night. I hope all those people, you know, obviously thinking about you'd never go to a race expecting that to happen.
Right. That's outrageous.
You know, cars to fly into the fence, the engine to go through the fence, tires over the fence. Hope everybody ends up being okay there.
Yeah, that sure is a tragedy.
Looks like we're getting ready to get back to some bowling.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm going to go out on a limb, guys, and I'm going to pick the two guys that just won to both advance.
There you go.
I think Barris is going to get a hell of a match from Kreml. We saw him closer to the end of the block this morning. He was just puring shot after shot off his hand. Not that Barris wasn't, but he was throwing it very well. That should be a tough fight.
Lee Boudouris, excellent points there. Tom Hess, Matt Turek, Mike Flanagan here on the call, and action underway. Frame number 1, lanes 3 and 4. Kemp gets it started with a strike. Ken Kemp, I just met him yesterday, Tom. Nice guy.
Yeah, I think he's from the Milwaukee area. I do know he's from Wisconsin, but I think it's the Milwaukee area.
Striking Dave Barris.
Would not be surprised if that guy ran the ladder.
I wouldn't either. Almost did it back at Cadillac just a few months ago.
Hey, that looks familiar on that pair. Had 3 of them my last game.
None other than Brian Crane, good friend of Matt McNeil's. His pick to win the tournament.
Matt had a pretty solid week out in New Jersey. Silky smooth lefty.
He did. I had a chance to watch him this week a little bit on the extra frame.
He took down your boy Rash, Tom.
Yeah. Yep, I think he was the one that knocked Sean out of the tournament. Sean got a couple of in the first match. Guy needed nine spare strike, I think it was, to beat Sean, and threw a runaway Brooklyn to win. That's bowling. You know, that's what makes this such a cruel sport. That you can absolutely throw one absolutely pure and not strike.
And isn't that frustrating?
Oh boy. It's a pretty good shot from Brian there.
Looks like Kreml's throwing a C system.
Cannon 10 says Kenny's from Appleton, Wisconsin, which I think that's up north of Milwaukee yet even. Oh.
5-pin.
Oh, did Crummel miss that 10-pin?
Yes.
Yeah, he did. Missed it left.
That is just the kind of opening that a guy like Dave Barris looks for, and oh wow.
Ooh, crosses over.
That's an uncharacteristically bad shot from Dave.
Take a look at Ken Kemp's scoreboard, lanes 3 and 4. Ken Kemp, your 9 seed, defeated Derek Sapp, the 8 seed. That's how he's gotten here today to take on Brian Crane. Dave Barris defeating Rick Miller from Lincoln, Nebraska. I don't know much about Nick and Brian other than the fact that they've bowled good this week and have great styles to their game, both very fundamentally sound.
You know, there's a lot of great young talent around all over. College bowling is really booming, and kids working hard. That's great to see.
Now Barris.
Ooh.
Much better shot from Dave there.
Very nice shot.
A little high here. Maybe sitting could fit in here to be a factor in this match. As we look at the scoreboard on 5 and 6.
Well, I do know, Mike. I finished on that pair, and I had to make a 5 and 3 adjustment going from that pair to from 29 and 30 when I came down here. They were hooking. That pair was just hooking that much more.
Well, Kreml bounced back on the right lane there at the strike. You can make it just a 2-pin match.
Well, the Versa Max, it looks like.
Yep.
That's a great ball.
That would be a Versa Max. That is a great all-around ball.
Nice shot by Kreml.
Very nice. Pretty good shot from Mr. Crane.
Krummel, Barras match. Dave Barras strikes, Barras strike. Working on a Dutch pace. Krummel rebounds nicely after that single pin miss. Doubles. That's what they teach you, right, Tom?
Yeah, absolutely. Although, you take my state tournament out of the mix, I don't miss many of those. I just got a text saying, answer the questions people are asking you in the chat.
Ooh, 4-9.
Any chance I can get my hands on a combat zone tracer? Probably not.
And keep in mind, there's nothing else going on up here, like 2 matches at one time trying to cover. We're watching the PBA tour up here in the booth.
And Mike Klimple is pointing out a good point there to Mr. Pickett. That Jason Guest would probably be the man to talk to if you want to find something like that.
In his basement.
Yeah, Jason has quite the collection of bowling balls in his
Can
basement.
he slide it? Oh, man.
As much as that pair was hooking when I was on it a while ago, and now they've bowled yet another match on it, you know, that pair's got to be hooking.
Brian Crane takes the lead on the bench on 3 and 4. Dave Barras still going at his Dutch pace.
Mr. Pickett, you can get a hold of Jason Guest at jason.guest@brunbowl.com.
Yeah, Lee Boudouris correct me there.
You're watching too much bowling at once, Mike.
No, correct me on that. What was it? It was open.
Yeah, it was an open, yeah.
I'm trying to take care of you guys up here.
Nice shot by Kreml.
That young man looks very solid.
Mika is wearing the Barnes shirt.
How about that?
That was the bet. Had to wear it next time he was on TV.
As the USBC Master Show has began on ESPN.
Begun.
And that's all we need to hear about that. Looking forward to watching that show tonight.
Another nice shot by Kreml.
Lee is one of these folks that really enjoys to sit at home and watch it without knowing the results. It's going to be kind of tough today if we're watching the chat.
I'm trying not to watch the chat. The chat people want Tom Hess right now, and Tom Hess is what they're getting. So,
Playmore Mick, that is not. I mean, it is a new shirt, but it's not something that Mika picked out. Mika and Chris Barnes had a bet, and Mika lost, and Chris Barnes designed that shirt for Mika to wear on TV.
So Dave Barras now with a double as he shoots the cannon at the pins.
Oh, trip 4 for Brian Crane.
Hometown favorite, Parker's going to have lots of people rooting for him today.
The Masters being in New Jersey today. Dave Barras looking for 3 in a row. Stay alive in this match.
Oh, coming in high.
So take a look at that scoreboard.
Wow, I'm going to quit picking.
Krummel's done a nice job of rebounding after that open frame.
Yeah, he has.
Looks like I put the jinx on a couple of guys. Oh, Kenny just a little high, 4-pin.
Still a long way to go.
Halfway through these elimination matches. Then it'll be over to lane 7 and 8.
A chop. Leaving the 10-pin there.
So this all but about over for Dave Barris.
He's got, 213 off the page. Kreml.
Dave's going to need to get lined up and need a little help. And look at how solid that is at the line.
That's a great shot.
That's pretty solid right there.
5 in a row. 2 more. It'll be the ham turkey dinner, guys.
Ham turkey dinner. Hey. First time I've heard that one.
7 in a row. Jeff Goodger coined it when I worked with him in Detroit. I've been using it ever since.
You got to come up with something like that, Mike.
Yeah, it's kind of funny, actually. I haven't really been given too many nicknames or anything either. Everybody just kind of hangs out with me.
That's good.
It is, actually, I think.
Yeah. You don't need to be the bowling guy. You don't need to be Mike J. Laneside.
I suggested when I worked for the PBA that I'm Mike Flanagan. I put the fun in extra frame. Because if you go to the PBA message boards, you'll see that some of the things that I've done on extra frame has been taken as a little too silly. Funny is good, but silly they could do without.
Huh.
I do flirt with silly quite often.
Nice spare there.
Yep.
No problem there, taking care of the 10.
Wonder if the first one was just a little bit of nerves, Somebody you were saying earlier, he's a freshman in college, Don't know how many times he's been in a situation like this. Liz seems to have recovered from it very nicely. There's a 4 in a row for Mr. Crane down there.
What's that score looking like?
I think Crane's got that one pretty much in hand as well.
All right.
Oh, wow.
We'll check in on that match on 3 and 4, Lee. There's a look at your scoreboard.
Oh, yeah.
Throwing the Deviate Marauder Madness is Mr. Crane. Some Brunswick balls and Deviate balls going down the lane in these matches.
Oh, my match is over.
I think Dave's kind of resided to the fact that his very good run today is coming to an end.
Yeah, a great run today, though, by Dave Barris. Climbing up 35 spots.
47.
Oh, he's going to finish tied for 7th and 8th. So he moved up 50 spots.
50 spots today.
Nice.
That's impressive.
In 6 games.
Very impressive.
Where
against a pretty solid field as well.
Matt Turek, where did Mr. Wojner finish? Because he started the day tied for 64th. With 1 game to go, he was in 19th.
Really?
Yeah.
Another solid player. Jason Wojnar can get it done.
He finished 20th.
Okay, so he went from 64th to 20th.
Yeah, that's a nice jump. Very nice jump.
44 guys.
Yep.
Thing that might surprise me the most is where Scott Raines finished. Scott was in the top 4, and he, you've got 26 up there, and I don't see him.
Who are you looking for?
Scott Raines?
13th. Plus 337.
Okay, he did
That's
come
why.
by. Okay.
That's why we can't find him. Yeah, there he is. Well, he put a little loft on that one.
Just looking at that screen, you got from 5th to 22nd on there, and out of the top 10 on that screen, you see a national titleist. Rob Gottschall, high roller winner, wins. I think he's got direct deposit from Woody Dema.
Yeah.
Matt Smith's got a regional win. Jeff Riggles, USBC Hall of Famer. Wojnar with a regional win. Lenny Borish, USBC Hall of Famer. Jason Guest had a great game. You know, he's my buddy, works for Brunswick. If he was able to bowl more, people would definitely know a lot about Jason's game. Jason's very solid. So, you know, this field wasn't, you know, Shannon Buchan, regional titleist, got second in the high roller back when the high roller was the high roller. I think he got second for $100,000 that year.
Wow.
So, very, very strong field.
You struck gold right there, Tom.
How did I strike gold? What did I do?
Scoring monitor.
Oh,
the graphics.
Okay.
I love looking at them.
Sorry.
But hey, guys, seriously, this Fusion Realtors Open is just an unbelievable event that Joe Engelkis and his entire family, daughter Jennifer, wife Rosie, put on here. The bracket payout is very, very quick. The standings are updated right away online for everybody at home. Just a pure joy to bring you this tournament here at Maple Lanes. Shout out to Zach Bajorner, part proprietor, owner of Fusion Realtors, putting this event on, being a great sponsor, bowling the event even.
Absolutely, I'd like to thank them. I've known Joe and Rosie for years, and you know, I grew up bowling their events, and they do a fantastic job. Absolutely, 100% effort they give. Give back to the bowlers. It's all about the bowlers. So they just do a great job. If you live around, you know, within a couple hours and you haven't made it to Bowler Greater Iowa event, I suggest you do. They do a very good job.
So coming up in our next match, it's going to be Brian Crane versus Nick Crummell. We're going to go over to lanes 7 and 8. We're going to get our cameras set for you. We'll bring it back into the booth here while we get the cameras set. Tom, are you going to bug out, or are you going to be done?
You know
Take
what?
us about 15 minutes to get ready to go here.
About 15 minutes to get ready. I'm gonna step out for a second and go see what's going on.
If
with,
we see you, we see you.
With the pay, I want to go home, spend some time with my family. I'm only going home a couple weeks, and then I'm leaving for a nice 3-week tour, going over to Kuwait. From Kuwait, going to Munich.
Wow.
Flying right back into Indy. I'm actually driving to Indy to fly out, and then flying back into Indy for the TOC. So, Mike, let me say once again, thank you very much. The work you're doing is absolutely unbelievable. I wish you the best of luck. Hope it keeps going for you. Matt, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Tom.
Lee, always good to see you again. Thank you very much.
See you, Tom.
Thank you, Matt.
Tom.
Thank you.
We'll be right back, folks. We'll leave the ambient mic on. We'll get our camera set, and we'll be right back with you.